us. So I'm hoping tonight we're going to see something really spectacular out of him.
Yeah, so am I. I'm hoping for the same thing. So here we go. We're going to see what 3 items we have in the throne room, and then given that we don't need keys, we're probably going to see what we have in the treasury coming up shortly thereafter. 23 HP, 11 MP. We got 2 gold chests. What do we have in the third? We have 3 gold chests, a triple gold chest here.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to start off with. If there's a town close by, they're going to be awfully in good shape if something rolls cheap, because the shop prices are randomized, so you could get a flame sword for 10 gold.
And we have a 4th gold chest. We have a torch. We have another torch. And fairy water.
No, that's a fairy water.
So, I mean, we do have some damage dealing capability here with torches and fairy water in the treasury, and we do have Janice doing a fairy water grind. I very much like this play. He's going to be able to pretty much do a ton of damage right off the bat here, and he's grinding up some gold, so he left the perfect 2 chests for last.
Yeah, with low strength like that, especially with the torches and fairy water being able to do damage, if you find a low HP enemy that gives a lot of experience early, you could easily gain a good pile of levels. But we have the grave beneath Tantagel.
We do, and right away we have Niminva finding a wraith and throws a torch at the wraith for 8 damage, gets 6 in return, does not kill the wraith. Let's see, will a second torch do it? Oh, it does not, and the wraith sends Niminva back to start with a hurt more.
Meanwhile, Seawolf ran into a green dragon, and that didn't go as planned for Seawolf.
Only 5 experience to the next level, so in theory that should just be 1 enemy kill.
In theory.
Indeed.
We have a wizard. Oh, no, he's got some defense. Can't hit too much, though. Tossing the torch at the wizard. Is he going to burn the robe? He does. 34 XP. That's not bad for a start.
All right, let's see how many levels we get out of this, though.
Wraith would hurt more. That's cute.
All right, so that was 2 levels.
Ooh, Goldman only hitting for 1. Meanwhile, we got branching out. Looks like that Zarnax is in the grave. Ooh, kill the Spectre, but only worth 3 experience, so that's an enemy to look out for.
So Janice is trying to fairy water away an armored knight. Meanwhile, we do have Seawolf getting at least another level, and the armored knight sending Janice back to start.
Yeah, the AK-47s are pretty good, no matter what siege you get them in. Oh, and a red dragon with just got baby breath. That's not too bad.
We have Niminva finding a poltergeist here across the bridge, takes care of the poltergeist for 22 experience, and will at least get level 2, if not level 3 out of that. That is just level 2.
Yeah, it's looking like it might be a good idea to do a little grind around town before branching out, but Zarnax would tend to disagree with me, since he is roaming north here to do a little bit of searching.
It doesn't look like we have any towns in sight, so that gold is likely going to be whittled away. We do have Zarnax. We do have Zarnax taking on a wolf, but the wolf says, yeah, no, and sends him back to start.
Meanwhile, Janice got his first kill under his belt. Or their belt.
So the Wraith, not doing a whole lot of damage, but that Hurt More spell is what takes Seawolf down to the red, and then the Wraith just punches him back to the start.
Meanwhile, Nimeva has got level 5. So it looks like he's deciding to grind around... Oh, except the wolf says, nope, no grind for you.
And we have Zarnax trying out a Goldman here. We know the Goldmen don't really hit for much, but we also know they're quite scared and can run. So, all right, Goldman does go down 99 experience. That might get him to level 5 at least, if not 6. And that does get him to level 6.
He's got a new spell. We didn't get to see what it is yet. He hasn't checked the spell menu. I have a feeling this Armored Knight... Oh, he's got hurt. I have a feeling this Armored Knight's about to send him home, though.
Oh, probably, but that hurt spell is nice, because now, now that we know level 6 gives us the hurt spell, that will make killing some of these monsters a lot easier at first.
Yeah, but I don't know how much you want to repel this early in the game. Because, I mean, you could see, say, a red slime pop up. It could be worth 255 experience like it was in my last race. And easy to kill. So, I don't know if you really want to repel until you get a good look at what the enemies are. But
I completely agree.
Like, we got 2 at level 6 and 2 at level 5. So, I mean, they're gaining levels at a rapid pace.
So we do have Niminva and Janice taking on the Grave here. We have Nim trying to take down a Spectre, and does, for a whopping 3 experience. That was so incredibly worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to get levels before you branch out into the big bad world, because, look, a Scorpion hitting you for 26. Like, there's not a lot you can do about that. Although he goes down pretty easily.
All right, and in the bottom of the grave, we have a fighter's ring and some gold, and it looks like a cursed belt. Ooh, Droll Magi, 53 damage. Back to start with ye.
Kind of looks like you don't really want to fight those wolves. They only give 1 experience.
That's hysterical.
I mean,
So 175 to the next level, so we're looking at about, what, 425-ish for level 7.
yeah, we got Janice digging out the grave here, but I have a feeling the Red Dragon's probably... Oh, no, the Red Dragon's weak.
Red Dragon...
Rudder shows up.
Yep, and sends Janice back to start. Oh, look, he must have hurt more.
Wow, everything's got something dangerous at the start. I think our runners would be more pressed just to grind around town before branching out right now.
Yeah, because...
Scorpions hitting like absolute monster trucks.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few enemies here. The Scorpions, the Wolves hit like trucks. We know the Droll Magi hits like, 18-wheelers. And our HP is not great at this point. So I would tend to agree that maybe a little bit of a grind around Tantagel here may not be the world's worst thing. Just to get a little bit more HP and maybe a heal spell in order to extend your ability to explore some.
Then you got Wraiths dropping overpasses on you with heal more spells. It's not great starting out. And their stats at level 5 and 6 are literal garbage.
So you mentioned that red dragons are weak, right? Red dragon just hit Seawolf for 70.
Maybe they're not so weak. They don't got much hit points, but they could still hit.
So the red dragon's pretty much the definition of a glass cannon.
Skeletons hitting for close to 30. Like, our runners are just basically just trying to find that one enemy that gives you good experience and is easy to beat. But there doesn't look to be one around at the moment.
Zarnax getting up to level 8. Level 8, again, doesn't look to be doing too much in the way of experience here for our runner, or experience, HP for our runners.
Well, yeah, we're 2.5 minutes in, and our runners are level 5, 6, and 8. I mean, there's no exploration done. Nobody's found the second town yet.
Nope, and it looks like we're pretty much swamp locked here. It looks like the only way you can go once you get north of Tantagel is through a swamp. So, you have enemies like the skeleton, the wolves, and the scorpions out there that can hit fairly hard. And now you have to maneuver through a swamp. Yeah, to me, this says get thyself a heal spell.
Oh, there's another cave. Is that Wolf Lord gonna pull the pin? Oh, not quite. Oh, can't hurt more. Can't hurt the Wolf Lords. I don't know what Janice is gonna do here, but he does see a cave. He's probably going back home, though, I think.
Yeah, they do see a cave just north, but there looks like they're and they managed to escape from that Wolf Lord, but can they escape from this Metal Scorpion? Yes, they... Oh, look, there's a town just north, too.
And we have the Fighter's Cave, or Mountain Cave. Oh, he's going in Mountain Cave. He should go for the town. He's got 1 HP in the slime. Oh, slime.
Janice can't get to the town.
Oh, he can't either because of the swamp at 178 from that slime. This is a couple of levels. Is he going to get a heal spell? Wah, wah.
So the best thing that they're going to hope for now at this point is probably an herb, hopefully in this first chest, so they can, regain some HP and maybe make it to that town. So this is just gold.
Gonna hurt on the Goldman, and the Goldman. Oh, Goldman misses.
Yeah, Goldmen have no strength, so they're 50% to hit. But the Goldman does go down at the cost of 99 experience, getting Janice to at least level 8. Yep, level 8.
Still no heal spell, though. Janice is running this on 1 HP. A wing and a prayer, as they'd say.
Oh, the Green Dragon's going to send Janice back to start. Speaking of going back to start, look, not only do Drakimas have hurt more, but they can hit for 48.
Yeah, and Zarnak just found that out personally.
So we are 11 minutes through this seed, and we have a grand total of, 14, 22, 31 deaths already 11 minutes into the seed. This is what Chaos can do to everybody out there.
But now, a few people know where there's a town, but they don't quite have the HP to make it unless you get a heal spell. So you gotta grind right now.
Well, they might be, if they get good RNG, they can make it to the wolves have heal more.
Oh, that's always nice. Skeletons hit like trucks. Everybody's dying, going back.
In true Chaos mode fashion, this is going to be an RNG run to the town, I think. Because I don't think Zarnax has seen Droll Magi yet, but the Droll Magi just sent Zarnax back to start in one hit.
78! What? Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about this one.
So these gold men are actually really nice experience. 99 experience, go down in 2 hurts. So if Janice and our runners can grind on some of these gold men early, this might be a nice place to think about settling down for a grind.
Yeah, that's the main thing right now. You got to get a heal spell, like you mentioned, because you're not going to make it through that swamp on this HP.
Zarnax to level 9 and a heal spell.
Heal's better than nothing. That could get you to town.
Janice with the heal spell at level 9.
Seawolf getting kicked by a skeleton.
Oh, look. Brackenary.
Oh, Motel 6. Hey, you never know. There could be something good here. Silver Shield for 4.7k. That's not what you want to see. The Broadsword's good. Broadsword will be good till they can find a big stick.
Broadsword, leather armor, it's something. Now, the good news is that there is a gold grind possible out of the treasury. And, easy gold grind to 40 to 5,000 just to be safe, not overly difficult. So I would imagine we're going to see Janice probably dive Mountain Cave again, Death Warp, get some gold, and go back to Breckenridge for a Silver Shield, I would imagine.
But you do know that walk, the enemies he has to go through to get there. Things hitting for 78 and 80. Leather armor ain't going to help you.
Save spam! It's the time to spam save. Oh, look. Whoops. Mismenu on Genesis part there. But this slime is worth, 178? I think 178 experience and goes down to 1 hurt. So these slimes are fantastic, getting Janice to level 10 and quite the hit point boost there.
You got a spell, but you didn't check out what it is, so I'm kind of curious. Oh, look. Oh, whoa. Did they ever get a selection of spells on that level?
Yeah, just not the big one, not hurt more, but hurt works, heal more works. Looks like we're going to have Janice try to whittle down this Axe Knight, and does for 109 experience.
Yeah, once you get hurt more and you got heal more, it's pretty much just wreck everything and leave.
All right, the second chest of the Mountain Cave is wings.
And the third third chest is stones. So we got one key item and more money.
We do have our first key item of the game here. Now, we know that this green dragon hits a bit. So let's see. Janice is going to try to take out this green dragon.
Well, you do got heal more, so the green dragon is hitting pretty hard. You think he's gonna cut his losses and hope to finish out this dungeon, get the last chest he needs?
Zarnax gets his level 10.
And the last chest is more money.
Big bucks, big bucks. Owen does not choose to go back to grind. Interesting decision there.
So we haven't seen the sword, we haven't seen the armor.
No silver harp and no Erdrick's token. No fighter, well, we've seen the fighter's ring, no death necklace. So, still pretty much everything is still out there.
Yeah, but we really haven't seen much of the world if you look at it correctly.
Marashu brings up another good point, no flute.
Droll Magi hitting for 72. He must have 255 strength. That's the only thing it can be.
No, not 255. Anywhere in the 200s can do that.
That Droll Magi does not skip arm day.
Does a Droll Magi even have arms? It kind of looks like it more has like tentacles, like Cthulhu.
Whatever it is, it's like Kraken. It's like the Kraken of Final Fantasy.
There you go, Kraken 2. It's like Kraken 2.
You can't compare any enemy in this game to K2 because it's wrong.
All right, so this appears to be a pretty linear map as Janice kind of does more exploration here. Really, you're kind of forced to go one way. You're forced to go through the swamp, then you're kind of forced to go northeast of Breckenary. And it looks like it's finally, once you get past that channel, that things kind of sort of open up some.
Yeah, it looks like it does seem pretty linear, but when you get to those 2 or 3 spots where you can go either way, it just does a big circle.
Oh, okay. And we do have a subscription from Centroid41 for his 24th month. Thank you very much for the support.
Drakey must cast and hurt more like it's going out of style. They don't run on an MP counter. They got all they need. I mean, looks like 85 hit points at level 10. I mean, the magic points are looking pretty good. Your strength's still in the toilet, but...
These green dragons are really giving Zarnax the business here. They've killed Zarnax on several different occasions here.
Yeah, they might have a high agility because they're hard to run from.
And I don't think we've seen one killed yet. Speaking of killed, Nim takes yet another death to a Droll Magi, almost putting his death total up to 20 for the seed.
Little slimes with baby breath. That's cute. And Seawolf got sent home, and Janice is still exploring. Looks like Nim is heading back for the cave here, so...
Yeah, I think he's still... Yeah, Nim is still kind of banging his head against the grave here. I think he's trying to get down to the lower level.
Yeah, the wolf just doesn't want to let it happen, though.
Nope. All right, so it looks like we do have a town, or a cave here to the southeast of Breckenary, and this looks to be Tablet Cave. One chest in here, no enemies. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, it's a bit of relief when you find this cave, because you know you're not going to hit any enemies, but you really only get one chest, so we'll see if it turns out to be anything good, or if it turns out to be a ruse. Looks like we got the Seawolf just going to grind, and I can't blame him. I mean, you're 20 minutes in, you haven't seen a town or a cave. It's like, it's getting to the point where you're panicking a little bit. It's like, has somebody got better RNG and actually found something before you?
Well, I don't know. Seawolf is pretty veteran at chaos mode. In the, I will always remember the first chaos tournament Seawolf and I wound up playing in an elimination match, and I think RC took an hour and 45 or some such nonsense. So you're not going to see Seawolf panicking at all here. He knows what chaos can do, and he knows in chaos that sometimes just sitting down and getting your stats will make life easy in the long run.
So the metal scorpions have DL2 breath and sleep, so that's not exactly a great thing to see.
Wombo combo. I think we have Zarnax.
Zarnax is about to find out. There's the sleep, and the breath.
There's the slept, and there's the wrecked. Oh, but doesn't send him back to start. You got enough HP to absorb one.
Yeah, they got 85 HP at level 10, so you can take a Dragon Lord Breath without the armor, but you don't want to take too many more. Meanwhile, Zarnax getting the bad news about the Silver Shield being close to 5k, and he's got no gold at all to buy a broadsword.
And Seawolf getting the news that he's just 2 experience from level 9, so it looks like he's gonna whack a Wraith until getting level 10 here. He did manage to stick a stop spell on this Wraith, so hurt more is no longer a thing. These Wraiths don't hurt much. 44 experience for a Wraith, not bad. Certainly gets Seawolf to level 10.
And he's going to gain a crap ton of spells. But no hurt more yet, so still kind of dealing with punching fists and a broadsword.
So we have Janice taking on a rather weak Golem here, just punching for 1, and Golems are worth 96 experience. Not terrible.
Looks like Zarnax has found a Stone Man. Stone Man only hits for 1. Can't be stopped. Stone Men don't hit very hard, so we'll see how many hit points they have. They got good defense. And it looks like they're pretty well hurt resistance, so. Meanwhile, Drakima doing Drakima things and sending Nim back home.
Oh, Stone Man finally ran away. Oh, and we have Janice finding a cave tucked in the bottom here, kind of south of where the tablet cave we know to be was.
Looks like he's going to get level 11 too, so let's see if he gets anything good. That's a lot of power. Oh, that's a big couple of levels right there.
Those are 2 big levels with the Hurtmore spell.
So now Janice has everything he needs. Oh, and look at those hit points. 128 at level 12.
And this is Swamp South.
Little fact, if you cast outside on Swamp South, you will go to the Swamp North. Nim is not following the Swamp Cave, though, so I wonder what his plans are.
Yeah, I'm wondering if... Oh, there we go.
Maybe he misstepped?
Could
there
be.
he goes. Oh, yeah, no, he misspelled.
All right, so what do we have here? Well, it looks like got a couple of different ways to go here. We can go north over a bridge or south over a bridge.
And I guess over a bridge is... Oh, looks like Seawolf's picking up a broadsword. Meanwhile, Zarnax has picked up his stones, and it looks like Nim's buying some herbs. Can't say I blame him.
Nope. And we do have Janice seeing a town here and Hurtmore's Way a Golem for 96 experience. Let's see what this town is.
I'm going to say we are going to have Rimdular.
Nope. And it is Garanham.
So this ain't bad. This is 3 chests plus a cave. So this might... Oh, that's a cheap full plate. That is really going to help.
Yeah, that's going to help defense right there.
Because I think that's only 4 points less than the Erdrick's armor, so... Alright, so let's see. Look at that agility already in the HP.
You know, those bode well for when our runners get into Sharlock, but we need to, well, number one, see Sharlock. We also need to find some other key items here. We also haven't seen either trade. Oh, speaking of key items, there's Erdrick's armor in the back of Garanham.
So that is a big find for Janice right there. Erdrick's armor. Oh, look at that woman just blocking the way.
Janice fighting the worst boss in the game, the NPC boss.
And what have we got behind Garanham? We have the jerk.
Indeed, we do have the rainbow drop trade-in cave. You give that guy the token, the Staff of Rain, and the Stones of Sunlight, and he will give you the rainbow drop to build the bridge into Sharlock.
Looks like Nim fighting a red dragon here. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I don't think red dragons... Oh, what a shot.
Red dragons aren't a problem, except if they attack. Then they're a problem.
I think they hit harder here than they do in vanilla. Oh, it looks like the swamp cave, all it leads to is actually the rainbow drop.
And Erdrick's armor, which was in the back of Garanham.
Yeah, I like that. She moved out of the way. He went the long way. As soon as he come back, she slid right in again.
So we have Seawolf venturing in the mountain cave, and we have Zarnax doing some overworld exploration, about to find the token cave, the tablet cave here. And Nim just got sent back to start and is making his way back from start.
Looks like Janice is... Oh, fed another town.
But it does look like they're starting to run out of real estate here on this what we assume to be the second continent, but they do find Cantlin.
Yeah, so we get 3 shops and accords. Look at the price of that club. Is it made of gold?
It is made of the most expensive wood imaginable.
All the weapons are pretty expensive. We haven't seen a flame sword yet, though.
And we do have Nim getting to level 10, which we know comes with a boatload of spells and a boatload of HP.
And still no flame sword, so...
But the next thing they're going to check here is the coordinates. Let's see what we have here for coordinates, if we have any. Now may go and search. 35 north, 24 west should be countable. Actually, it's probably going to wind up being somewhere right around the mountain cave.
Yeah, so that is another key check for Janice. Looks like somebody found Rimdalar here. Zarnax. I'm not sure if there was anything in that chest or not, though.
Didn't even see it. Oh, look at that copper sword price. Eeks.
Looks like the worse the weapons are, the more expensive they get.
So which means the flame sword will be like 1 gold piece.
Yeah, they'll buy a flame sword, and the next chest they open will be Erdrick's sword.
Hey, I'll buy Erdrick's sword for a rupee.
So I'm not sure where Zarnax went to find Rimdalar, but he's in kind of a different area here.
Oh, that's far northeast of Breckenary, it looks like. So it looks like Janice just might have missed Rimildar by like a screen or a screen and a half.
Yeah, because I remember that path on Janice's screen. That little pathway like that, but he didn't keep going, I guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing Janice just missed it. We do have Seawolf getting to level 12 and Zarnax getting to level 12 with that boatload of stats and the Hurtmore spell.
Yeah, it looks like Seawolf is going to hit Rimdalar shortly. Now with the armor, these Hurtmore spells aren't going to be as effective. But if you can't run, they're still going to hurt.
Yeah, given where Rimildar is here, there's no way Janice missed this by more than a screen.
Yeah, but I don't think there was anything special, so I don't think it's a big loss if he did miss it. But Seawolf's going to give us a look at the chest. And, oh, the Death Necklace. With this HP total, that could be useful, but I find in these seeds you get a lot of strength at a certain level.
Not just that, though, but with the Chaos element, right? We know that Dragon Lord 1 basically has no restrictions on his strength levels and on his ability levels. So I'm usually in seeds like this, in Chaos seeds in general, I'm usually very loath to equip a Death Necklace because I find I would rather want the HP than I would the attack. I'd rather go for a longer, safer battle than, maybe get whacked in the face for 90 and having to go back to start, right when you're ready to face Dragon Lord 2. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Janice has now exhausted the checks on the second continent. But, it was rather important second continent. You have the coordinates that have something, and you have Erdrick's armor, and you have the Rainbow Drop Trade-In Cave. So it is an important second continent. And
yeah, it is.
The spike tile here in Swamp Cave is a Magidrake, a weak Magidrake.
Yeah, it ran away.
That runs.
It looks like Janice wants to grab the princess to get the Gwaelin's love in order to find the coordinates. So maybe they're not as easy as we thought. There might be something in the way.
I think this is probably more for checking experience levels for grinding purposes than it is for actually counting the steps for the search tile. Because I'm pretty sure that those are countable. It's, being able to determine how much experience there is between levels. It makes Gwaelin absolutely worth it here. And Seawolf finding coal and finding the silver harping coal.
So we still haven't seen Hawk's Nest, so we don't know what's hiding there. And we still haven't seen the coordinates. So.
And a dirt cheap flame sword, 93 gold.
Well, that's what... Get a bit of pausing going on here. I don't know if it's my stream or everybody else's.
We have Nim taking out a Droll Magi for 83 experience. All right, so what do we have here? 1142 to level 13, and they're almost on the coordinates. So level 13 is about, what, 3,300 experience or so? That's annoying.
Yeah, levels like that are really annoying. But I mean, you get all these levels really quick. It only serves to tell that some of the higher levels are probably going to be more difficult. Meanwhile, Zarnak's about to get his Erdrick's armor, so he's going to be happy. Those Droll Magies are still being a problem.
All right, so there is the Fairy Flute. We are starting to run out of locations here. We've seen all 5 chests in the Mountain Cave. We've seen Rimildar. We've seen the overworld search spot. So what haven't we seen? We haven't seen the 2 bottom chests in the grave. We haven't seen Hawk's Nest, and we haven't seen Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave. So basically, we have 4 spots left on the overworld to find Erdrick's token.
Yeah, because that sword could be buried inside Sherlock.
It could be.
Either way, all 4 runners are level 12, so the experience race is pretty even between all of our runners right now.
Yeah, we do have, it looks like Nim has a slight experience lead, I think, maybe?
And we do have a Sherlock sighting, so that's pretty interesting. Looks like Nim wants to grind, and I can't say I blame them.
No, but Nim is looking for something specific to grind on. Is he looking to grind on these scorpions? Only for 68 experience?
There we
Oh,
go.
warlocks.
196. Oh, and there's the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave, and all it has is a herb.
All right, so now we're down to 3 locations. 2 in the bottom of the grave and Hawksness.
And we still need to find the Harp Cave, too. We haven't
come
found that yet.
Well, you're correct. We have not yet seen the Harp Cave.
I mean, I believe we do have this Silver Harp, but...
Silver Harp is in coal. Seawolf's the only one to have found it so far.
There we go. So I'm thinking that token is probably sitting on that search spot or Hawksness right now.
Well, the search spot was the fairy flute. Janice just picked it up a couple minutes ago, maybe while you were having stream issues.
Oh, yeah, because I was having a little bit of stream issues, and then I did have to go get another beverage, so...
And what is your drink of choice tonight, sir?
MGD.
Always a good choice.
Janice picking up his death necklace as well. Looks like he's going to drop a torch to pick it up. And we have Zarnax in Cantlin. He's going to get the good news about the flame sword, I believe.
I think the flame sword was always a coal specialty. Oh, that might be the trade-in cave right there on Seawolf's screen. Yep, there is the trade-in cave for the Silver Harp.
So he is going to get his Staff of Rain, so he is a token short right now. And I think he's been to Cantlin, so I think he knows the chords, so he's probably going to want to search that. But it looks like that token could be sitting in Hawksness, because Hawksness is still MIA.
True, Hawksness is MIA, but there's still the 2 chests left in the grave. So, at some point, I think one of our runners is going to make the play to check the bottom of the grave and see if there's anything there. Because right now, there's a 66% chance that it's there.
Yeah, plus the sword could be down there too, so...
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something you want to go into the Dragon Lord without, but then again, if you have 140 strength, I don't think it really matters a whole pile. It looks like Janice has come across Cole, so he's going to get their they're going to get their harp.
Yeah, indeed, and pick up a flame sword too, I would imagine, since it is dirt freaking cheap. So is a large shield.
Yeah, now that they actually got some levels and they got some exploration, the seed's picking up quite well, but they're not quite ready to go after the Dragon Lord yet. Even if he does find a token and get the drop, he's still short some stats.
So we do have Nim getting to level 13 on his screen. Modest increases in strength, HP, and MP at level 13.
Yeah, the strength's still lagging a little bit. But it looks like Nim is still going to grind. It looks like they're interested in grinding here. And I kind of like this play. But you got to get some exploration done as well.
Seawolf getting to level 13 as well. So that's right around 3,200. And those two have certainly taken quite the... and we do have a seed validation on Zarnax's side, searching a sparkle tile, aka a bridge leading to a 1-tile square.
And meanwhile, Janice about to get their complimentary herb before entering Sherlock.
And if you take a look, Nim has opened about a 1,000 experience, 1,200 experience lead over Seawolf, who has roughly a 1,000 experience lead over both Janice and Zarnax. So, we are starting to see some experience point separation here. But unfortunately for Nim, he's not getting any levels out of the deal. But that said, there are necessary levels. Speaking of which, he's getting at least level 14 right here.
Not a bad power jump. So Hawks's is squirreled away pretty well, it looks like, because we haven't come across it. Looks like Seawolf is going to grind as well. I think he wants those Warlocks. I think he knows those Warlocks are worth good experience.
And also, don't look now, but Seawolf and Nim, all of our runners, are really starting to close in just naturally on the gold required for the Silver Shield, right? Because the Silver Shield, there's 4,700 gold, and Nim and Seawolf aren't too far away from it.
No, and you're going to want the Silver Shield, I mean, because you don't know what your agility is going to be like. But right now, their agility is looking to be pretty good. But Hawksness is still evading everybody.
Although we do see Sharlock on Janice Zeal's side. So, the question is, where's Hawksness? And like where is this token?
Zarnax is digging out that grave again, it looks like.
And this, for all we know, could be a very good play.
Meanwhile, Janice is about to get their their Staff of Rain as well. Oh, it looks like this is Zarnax's first trip into the grave.
No, he's setting up a gold grind. Because he didn't take the fighter's ring, he didn't take the cursed belt, he's setting up a gold grind.
Yeah, but he's still going to check these bottom two chests, because we haven't seen them yet, I don't think.
Nope, we have not seen them yet.
This green dragon might have something to say about that. But, I mean, with this HP and this agility, it's going to be hard for any enemy to kind of pick them off at this point. They're pretty much in the driver's seat. It's just a matter of finding what they need now.
Yeah, especially with Erdrick's armor on Zarnax's side. Now, that said, if he gets, some crap RNG from a Droll Magi's, Red Dragons, they can send Zarnax back to start real quick.
Well, looks like Zarnax might give us a look at the fort chest here in the grave. Oh, just some wings. I could go for some wings right about now. Speak of the devil.
So we're down to, I think, just 2 locations left in the overworld. We're left with the bottom chest of the grave and here's Hawksness. So this is going to tell us where Erdrick's token is. Is it bottom of the grave or is it here in Hawksness?
Well, I don't know. This Dracuman doesn't seem to want to let Zarnax go. And Zarnax just going to throw fairy water at. Oh, and it's got to heal more too.
Green Dragon absorbs 2 hurt mores. The third hurt more is going to hit and does take out the Green Dragon for 102 experience. And we search and we get Erdrick's token. So the token is indeed here.
So Janice has all the items needed to make the rainbow drop. Has his armor, short the sword, and the silver shield.
So now the question for Janice becomes, do you go to Sharlock first or do you dive the bottom of the grave first? That's basically what Janice's choices are.
You'd always have to go for Sharlock. I mean, the bulk chest in Sharlock is probably what you're looking for.
Yeah, and given that this is also short Sharlock, I absolutely agree that you do Sharlock before you do bottom of the grave. Because we know the grave is a bit annoying, to say the least. And the bottom chest here is a cursed belt. So we do know now that the Erdrick sword will be in Sharlock.
So it looks like Janice is heading back to the other continent because he wants to get that rainbow drop. He knows it's here in Garanam. So Janice Zeal is going to be our first runner with the rainbow drop. So all Janice is missing now is the sword. And, I mean, they're going to have to grind for levels, so you're going to get the money for your silver shield one way or the other.
Oh, look, Magidrakes have hurt more.
They have heal more. They have hurt more.
Yeah, just stick a stop. Oh, okay. That doesn't work.
The Magidrake, he says, I will not be silenced. Oh, they have sleep. Oh, that's cute.
And it runs away. Even cuter.
Let's see, we have Seawolf in Erdrick's cave right now. Or the Tablet Cave, as people like to call it. Janice does have the Rainbow Drop. So they are ready pretty much to grind, because that MP is low. Depending on what Dragonlord 1 and Dragonlord 2 have, and boy do I hope Dragonlord 2 is a hot mess.
You know, we haven't seen a hot mess Dragonlord 1 yet, though, so that'd be fun to see, too.
Actually, I had one today in the practice seed. It hit me for 76.
Yeah, see, we haven't seen one of them yet this week. We need to see one of them this week, and there's only 2 more chances. Right? There's this race, and then there's the race coming up in 45 minutes over an RPG Limit Break.
Now, has Janice seen Sherlock yet?
Yes, they have.
They have.
Yep. They have seen Sherlock, and I believe they're making a beeline toward it right now.
Yeah, I have a feeling this D-Lord 2 is going to be vanilla. He usually is lately.
Well, we shall see. We do have Nim finding Erdrick's armor and the Rainbow Drop Cave.
You're getting paid, Z?
I wish.
I was going to say, what am I doing wrong? He probably gets paid in Skittles.
No, I don't want. No. See, Skittles made a very poor decision when they changed the green from lime to green apple. I haven't hit Skittles since then because the green apple is terrible.
I like Skittles. And we have Zarnax picking up his silver harp. So he is just a token away. Looks like Janice is in control right now. Gonna enter Sherlock. Pick up the sword, because I do believe it's in here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Janice takes an exploratory dive here at the Dragonlord, just to see what the Dragonlord might have up his sleeve this race.
Yeah, an information dive would not be bad right now. Because are you going to have to level to like level 40, or can you do it at level 13? And with the stats he has, even with the sword, he's only going to have 107 attack power. So he's only going to be doing like... He'll be like a fly on the back of a large dragon.
And there is the sword in the $50 chest if you play the pyramid game.
And we have a dragon scale. So right now, Janice is in what I like to call go mode. Just a matter of leveling now. He's not going to do a dive, though, to see what the Dragonlord has. I find that weird, but maybe he knows his strength is just too low. And he's got to find something to grind on now.
And Nim is just short of silver shield money. So it looks like he's going to probably just grind up that 100 some odd gold he needs right out here. In fact, that does it for him. I'm pretty sure that 155 gold from that scorpion does get him the money for the silver shield.
Yeah, silver shield's going to be a big boost in defense. So right now, Nin is in good shape, equipment-wise. But Janice has the lead right now, because Janice has everything they need in order to finish this seed off, and he's going to get level 13. So not much of a gain there.
Yeah, so now basically what this race kind of sort of comes down to is, can Janice grind the levels with enough? Okay, here we go. So let's see, where is level 14 going to be? Level 14 is what? So that's 4,700 experience. So at 4,700 experience, Janice will get level 14. But we know level 14 isn't go mode yet. So can Janice get all the experience they need before Nim finds everything he needs and gets the experience he needs? And given that Nim has about a 2,000 experience point lead, I'd like the position Janice is in, but Nim or even Seawolf or Zarnax could kind of come from behind here.
Yeah, those Star Wyverns aren't bad, 140 some, but right now we really haven't seen any big ticket experience right now.
Yeah, just that Warlock at 180 something, but I don't think we've seen anything over 200 experience.
So I'd be more tempted to check the trap tile down in Sherlock.
I mean, it's a, you know, it'd be a prayer, but why not?
Right about now, I mean, the only stat they're really missing is strength. Well, that's all they're missing is strength. And I mean, right now, Janice is about 16 strength points away from going at the Dragon Lord. But we know 14 ain't going to give him much.
Well, and here's the other thing that they're missing, though. If the Dragon Lord, because remember, this is Chaos, so Dragon Lord can roll between 100 and 230 HP. If DL2 rolls more toward the high end of that scale, they don't have enough MP to get there.
Yeah, that is true as well. Looks like Janice is heading back into Sherlock. Maybe going to check that grind tile just to see. Or maybe going for a shot at the Dragon Lord. I mean, why not? You got the armor, you got the sword. Why not take a shot? Who knows? You could get a paper. Hey, you could win.
Yeah, for all Janice knows, I mean, this could be, you know, a paper DL1 and, you know, a DL2 that has 102 HP for all we know, and Janice can take it out here. But the information here is much more important even. Oh, Magidrakies, they run, so there you go. They're a pain in the ass, but hey, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna get our and putting on the death necklace. So we're gonna go with 124 HP. So we're gonna have a 6 to 12 range on the D-Lord 2 at this point.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if I would have put that necklace on.
I know I wouldn't until I see what. Ow! What
D-Lord 1 hitting like an absolute tank. Well, it goes in 2 shots though, so. Oh, looks like a 7. Alright, time to see if D-Lord 2 has anything dangerous here. And Janice with only 73 HP, or 73 defense power. That means that breath could hit for 50.
The attack can hit for more than 50. I believe it's 70 some odd defense power. It can actually roll for 52.
So he's gonna have to keep his HP high because, and he's only doing 7s. I don't think he's got the. I don't think he's got this. He hasn't got the staying power for this one.
No, but it doesn't look like the Dragon Lord really is that much of a jerk.
No, it looks like it's vanilla, just attack and breath. So
yeah,
I think at this point now, Janice should go with some YOLO Hurtmores and just hope for the best.
All right, so we do have Zarnax picking up his token. So, you know, essentially Zarnax is in grind and go mode as well, as of now.
I mean, I don't think Janice has hit a double-digit attack on the Dragon Lord yet, so you're not even close. Unless the Dragon Lord rolled really low, like you said, like 100 and some HP. But I think he's going to have to come out with the YOLO Hurtmore soon. Nine MP left. I don't know. This is going to be... there goes his last heal more, so... And I think he's only done about 70 to 80 damage as it is.
All right, Janice will get sent back to the castle and immediately kicked out of the castle. Thou art cursed.
Yeah, and that's another thing now. He's not going to get a free heal from the castle, so... I mean, anything outside like this could be rough for Janice to get back to a town to get an inn.
He's got to get. They got to get back to Breckenary here to get back to a town, and maybe they'll take the death necklace off. Maybe they leave it on. We'll see what happens.
I mean, you'd almost have to take it off at this point. It's not going to do you any good. It's only 10 attack power. And I mean, next level, who knows? You could get 20 to 30 strength, so...
Yeah, I agree. I would take it off personally, but that's me.
I wouldn't have put it on, but that's me. Meanwhile, our other runners... It looks like we have Zarnak's got all the items he needs to make the rainbow drop. Nim and the Seawolf are still short one key item at the moment, so... We'll have to see what Janice is going to do here. I can only attempt that they're going to start grinding very soon.
But that death necklace may not actually be that bad, because Dragon Lord 2 is very vanilla in his attack and his breath. So, Drakimas are 215 experience. Hello.
Plus, we know DL1 is paper. Not paper, but he only takes 2 shots, but he does give you a good shot in between. Looks like he's going to buy some fairy water. Is Janice going to go with fairy water strats on the Dragon Lord?
We shall see.
Is that even possible?
Oh, how many fairy? It depends how many fairy waters they've got. I think the maximum. What's the maximum that they'll be able to hold? With 4, maybe 5. That's not going to do them a whole heck of a lot of good.
Oh, that's great to hear, Shy. Is it your cat with a catty disposition? Awesome, man. That's great news. Meanwhile, it looks like Janice is gonna, head back to Sherlock. Maybe he is gonna attempt fairy water strats here. He's got the HP, he's got the magic, he now has the information. Maybe he's hoping that Dragon Lord's gonna roll a little bit lower.
We shall see.
It's not a bad play, but if it doesn't work, he is going to lose time because, oh no, it looks like he might be grinding here. I think he's close to level 14.
I believe I think they're 1,000 experience away from level 15 or level 14, because I'm pretty sure 14 was at about 4,700 experience.
And with everything running right now, it's going to be hard to find something good to grind on at this point.
So yeah, our runners, so on top of, needing to pick up all of their stuff, they also need to find a place to hunker down and grind. Now, Nim found a decent spot with the Warlocks near Breckenary. We'll see if he maybe goes back there.
This ain't a bad spot around Sherlock, especially if you hit those Star Wyverns, because they give you about 120. But they're not guaranteed to show up very often.
So Nim picking up his silver harp.
And I do believe that gives Nim all the items he needs, or is he still short the token?
No, he needs to go get the Staff of Rain first, and then go find, and then go get the rainbow drop. Because I think Zarnax is now getting his rainbow drop.
So all our runners are getting quite close now. I think it's just a matter of who's going to find a better grind quicker.
Yeah, that's really what this is coming down to, is who's going to get on a decent grind. I mean, these Star Wyverns aren't terrible at 123.
Droll Magi's still hitting like absolute monster trucks. Meanwhile, it looks like Zarnax is carrying that princess around, trying to get a workout in. And there we go. Zarnax is going to grab his rainbow drop. I don't think Zarnax is going to bother returning to Princess.
Yeah, I might just be carrying her around just to let her get some fresh air.
Now, he's carrying her like that. If he finishes the game, is she going to go on her spiel about joining him?
You know, it's been so long since I've seen that, I don't remember.
That would save him a couple of seconds in the end. Because if you rescued a princess, she does do a spiel, which probably costs you 7 to 8 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, she does. According to Angel and Cyberdark, she does.
Yeah, Angel and Cyberdark don't know what they're talking about, though.
All right, so I think this Star Wyvern here will get Janice their level 14, I think. And we still have yet to see level 15. So it'll be interesting to see if Janice checks out Gwaylin's Love to see just how far away level 15 is.
11 power? I think that's going to do it.
So about 6,200.
Yeah, I think he's going. I mean, they got 11 power. They're over 130 attack. They got the HP. We know Dragonlord 1 is going to give you one good shot before he goes down. And we know DL2 is vanilla.
So it's all going to come down to how much damage can Janice do versus how much HP Dragonlord 2 has. I mean, because right now Janice has 10 heal mores, so, and not going to get any doubles. So you're looking at what, 11 or 12 swings? So can Janice do enough damage in 11 or 12 swings to take out the Dragonlord? We're going to find out, I think.
Well, I mean, she got 135 attack, minus 100 is 35. Divide 35 by 2, you're looking at like 17. So we got about a range of 8 to 17 here on the Dragonlord, without the Fairy Waters.
Right, so that's an average of 13. All right, so that's an average of 13-ish per attack. You do 10 or 11. So what or 11 or 12, you're looking at what? Maybe 170 damage at the outside?
Yeah, if the Dragonlord rolls high, this could be bad for Janice.
Guelph asks how far to 15. It's about 6,200 experience total. So
probably about 1,600, 1,400 away. So not too bad if they do, but I think this is going to be our first look at the Spike Tile. No.
Spike Tile was a Magidrakey. And we do have Nim getting awfully close to the level 15.
So we'll see how big level 15 is going to be. But it's looking like Janice is going to give us another shot at the Dragonlord.
We do have Zarnax getting to level 14.
Yeah, here he goes. Attempt number 2, 109 HP. And we know DL1's going to hit you for probably 50 to 60. And he doesn't have the silver shield, so...
Okay, and we do have Nim turning in his stuff for a rainbow drop.
DL1 might have 50 HP, if that. Looks like we are going to go with Fairy Water strats here, so there's 11. I think he'd do more with the sword at this point. But I guess the Fairy Water is probably a guaranteed 11 to 15 every shot.
Well, there's a 16. And now everybody has the rainbow drop.
So this is going to be, if this Dragon Lord rolls high and rolls Janice, our other runners are going to have a chance because Nim's got the highest level, closest to 15 right
now. Nim just has to fight a couple of things here in order to get that level. And we do have, it looks like Zarnax is grinding on these Drakimas, which we know give 215 experience. So Zarnax might have actually found the best place to grind.
Yeah, Janice is still giving it to the Dragon Lord. Doing pretty good damage with these swings. I haven't been counting, but I think Janice might be upwards of about 100 right now. Yeah, Nim is just... Everybody is now just on the grind. It's just a matter of how comfortable do you feel going down, and how tough is DL2. Because we know DL1 is tough.
So given that Nim just cast Repel, I'm wondering if Nim first needs to get the sword out of Sharlock, and I'm wondering if we're going to get Nim to do a exploratory dive here.
Well, Janice is on their last heal more, so this is whole day in prey territory right now, and he's only got one more swing after this. This is his last swing. Is it going to get it done? And it doesn't. So the Dragon Lord has got to be upwards of 160 to 170.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a bit of a beefy Dragon Lord 2 here. So it looks like, unfortunately for Janice, they're going to have to sit down and do some grinding here. Speaking of grinding, we do have Seawolf taking out another Drakima here. If Seawolf takes out this Drakima, Seawolf will definitely be to level 15. At least level 15.
All right, let's see what Seawolf's going to get out of this. Oh, there's a big power jump. Good HP. Oh, there's the magic they need.
Oh, that is go. That's
Level 15 is go mode level, folks. Seawolf.
Well, we'll see. It's probably go. We shall see what happens, because we don't know how much HP that the Dragon Lord has, but you would think that amount of strength will do it for Seawolf, you would think.
Well, Zarnax is going to go dive on 14 to grab his sword as well. Looks like we got Nim is going to make a run at the Dragon Lord here. Because they're going to get level 15, I do believe, right here. And they are going to get that massive MP gain that they really can't take advantage of at this time.
Yeah, but that's just one level. That's just 15 for Nim. So 15 and 16 are close, but they're not right. They're not exactly on top of each other.
Yeah, this is a tight race right now. This is anybody's game at the moment. Is level 15 gonna be what he needs? I mean, Nin's in a good spot. 82 magic, 159 HP. If he does not, if they don't put the dragon neck, the death necklace on, I think they may have a shot.
Yeah, this could go in any direction at this point.
This Magidrake is not helping Nim's cause at the moment. Because that's going to make him burn a heal more. But there's level 16.
There's level 16, and there's some more strength.
No hit points, 8 magic points, but I think at full stats, this would be the level.
Yeah, I think if our runners are at full stats, I think that it's possible here without the death necklace. Yeah, because you're going to get a ton of doubles.
Because Seawolf's level 16 too here, and he's got 115 MP right now. So Seawolf might give it a try here, and Seawolf might have the best shot.
Yeah, I think Seawolf's in a really good position here to take this race. But we'll see what happens. I mean,
Nin's doing a bit of a walk in front of the Dragon Lord to try to regain some HP, So,
and Nim is going to get the doubles that Janice was not getting. So Nim could be in a good spot if Dragon Lord's HP isn't too high.
Well, we know Dragon Lord 2 is probably over one. He's got to be north of 150, 160. So we know Dragon Lord 1 is nothing. He's cake. But Zarnax is right on Nim's heels, as is the Seawolf. So this is going to be a mega close ending.
Yeah, but Zarnax doesn't have the damage dealing possibility. I don't think Zarnax's chances here are they're no good.
Nim getting a triple on that one, but that's no surprise with 150 HP. So Nin is looking good if this... Oh, that 9's a low roll. Can't afford too many of them, though. Meanwhile, Zarnax has pulled a big fella as well. We're coming down to the wire here, folks. Seawolf is not far behind at all. I don't know, I haven't been keeping count, but our runners are neck and neck.
Indeed, and we do have Janice slowly approaching that level 15, 16 combo.
Hurt more.
Huh?
Zarnax hit the hurt more on the Dragon Lord.
Oh, okay. Well,
That could have just propelled him. Now he's going with some fairy water strats here.
Okay. So all of a sudden Zarnax went for, yeah, this isn't possible to, oh boy, okay, this, maybe, possibly?
Oh, meanwhile, Nim hanging in there. Still got 4 heal mores to go. Meanwhile, Zarnax, with that hurt more, really took a bonus here.
Oh, and DL1 has hurt more, as well as punch more.
Oh, Zarnax is getting some low rolls, as is Nim. This Dragon Lord is beefy. Nim's only got 2 heal mores to go.
Meanwhile, Janice gets level 15.
Oh, Nim's going to have to burn the last heal more here.
But he's going to at least get a triple out of this.
Oh, this Dragon Lord is tough. Meanwhile, Zarnax got 1 heal more left as well. This is it for Nin, the last swing. Can he get it?
That's it! He got it!
No way on the last roll, and Nin's got 1 roll to go. Here we go, 2 HP. No, Nin can't do it, so Zarnax can take it down. Oh man, Nin is gonna win this race. What a nail biter.
And Niminva will finish in first place in this race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 29 seconds. Everybody get your GGs out. That was a nail biter of a finish.
Seawolf is in the midst of a thrilling battle here with the Dragon Lord 2. But I'm pretty sure Seawolf is in good shape. I think he's upwards of about 160 to 170 damage right now. And he still has 4 or 5 heal mores to go.
And Janice is coming in here at level 15, a little bit more strength, and the MP that they probably need, and a nice HP boost. So I'm thinking level 15 will do it for Janice. Question is, Seawolf had to burn a couple of heal mores to get here. Does Seawolf have enough damage dealing possibility here?
I don't know, but Seawolf's going to use what's left in the tank. Leave it all out on the field. Meanwhile, we have Janice about to pull the Dragon Lord for the 3rd time tonight. Here's his last heal more. He's going to have 2 swings to go. This is it. It's all on this swing here for Seawolf. Oh no!
Oh, this is a beefy Dragon Lord.
Now Janice is back at level 15 with 143 attack. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Janice is using fairy water here. Janice needs to be attacking.
Yeah,
But
they're going to do more with their sword than they're going to do with the fairy waters right now.
But we are joined by our winner here, Niminva. Nim, GG, sir. Nicely played.
That was a puffed up aerobics instructor for a Dragon Lord 2 right there.
That was just a weird fight.
Last swing. How were you feeling going into that, especially seeing that big MP gain you got there that you didn't have access to? How were you feeling?
I was a little worried about that. I thought about going out and filling up first, and then I decided, nah, just go for it. If I die, it fills me up, and I just walk back in and try again.
Meanwhile, Janice going at the DL2 again. Hitting for some big shots. But we know this DL2 is beefy. Upwards of 190 HP.
So overall, Nim, what were your thoughts on the seed? What do you think about it?
The beginning of the seed was horrible. I died so many times, trying everything I could think of to do.
Well, you certainly do lead the death count here. Your 25 deaths were 8 more than what Seawolf took. So yeah, that start really did kind of that was definitely a chaos start.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that I was going to get one of those when I saw my last seed I practiced on. I did in 26 minutes.
Looks like Janice is down to about 4 heal mores. Oh, the Dragon Lord hits for 51. Gotta burn the double heal more before getting an attack in. Oof. But down goes the Dragon Lord for Janice. Get your GGs out. Meanwhile, our other runners, Seawolf and Zarnax, are both in Charlotte Castle now, heading towards the Dragon Lord at what I expect to be probably close to a free fight for both our runners.
Yeah, this is, I think, for seeing what Nim did, this is definitely free for both the runners. I mean, Janice finished, I think, with 2 or 3 extra heal mores, and that was with the Death Necklace equipped. So
yeah, Janice was the first one to the Dragon Lord, but he wiped twice.
So 2 wins, Nim. What are you thinking going into next week's tiebreaker races that are done by seeding, not by a random draw?
Well, I'm pretty sure I get to play Angel FM.
And you know what? As soon as you finished, that's the first thing literally that Angel typed was, "Oh, great! Now Nim gets to play me."
Just need to keep up and keep going. I know that there's been people who started with 2 wins and didn't make it to the next phase, so just gotta keep trying.
Well, you're certainly been playing well these first couple of weeks.
Meanwhile, the Seawolf is actually just wrecking the Dragon Lord's life here, so.
And I did miss this a minute ago here, but Janice Zeal has finished in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 33 seconds.
Zarnax and you, Nim, were on the Dragon Lord fight at the same time, pretty much at the same place. Zarnax did hit the hurt more on DL2, but still wiped.
Ouch, he hit a hurt more and still wiped? That hurts. I mean, if you hit a hurt more and you have a decent chance, you should be able to win that.
Yeah, but the Dragon Lord had 190 some HP too.
I knew he had a lot, and when I went to the Dragon Lord 1 fight, I thought, am I going to put the Death Necklace on or not? And I thought about it and decided not to. And, well, okay, really, I killed him on my second hit, so that pretty much decided not to.
Yeah, DL1 hit hard, but didn't have very much HP at all. But meanwhile, we have Seawolf and Zarnax dueling Dragon Lord 2 fights here. And lots of MP and lots of HP to go, so I can't see either runner. There, Seawolf takes down the Dragon Lord.
With a mere 8 extra heal mores to spare. Or 5. 5.
And Zarnax is probably only going to be a couple of seconds behind here.
And we do have Seawolf finishing in third place in the seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Yeah, can our tracker bring up DL2 here for us?
Yeah, I think it is appropriately timed for one of our two wonderful trackers, Cyberdark or Camion Renakai, to bring up Dragon Lord 2 stat 185 HP. There we go.
And just fight and DL2 fires, so pretty much a vanilla Dragon Lord except 35 more HP.
185 HP. There we go.
And just fight and DL2 fires. Meanwhile, pretty much a vanilla Dragon Lord. Zarnax is just about to finish off the Dragon Lord. I do believe this swing should do it, and there it is.
And while Zarnax finishes up, we are joined in the commentary booth here by both Janice Zeal and Seawolf. GG Seawolf, GG Janice, very well played, both of you.
GG.
Yep, good work, everybody. Yeah, that one Droll Magi, I think cost me 2 places.
That one Droll Magi in Charlock, the one that you had to kill a couple of Healmores on, is that what the one you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, those couple of Healmores did you in there. Although I did want to pose a question to Janice. Janice, an early Death Necklace placement on, that's not usually a strat that we see. Can you walk us through your thinking there with the early Death Necklace wear?
Well, I may have gotten a little ambitious with the level 13 and 14 fight, but I knew to try at those levels I'd have to use the Death Necklace because our attack power wasn't super great. I was mostly just hoping for a low HP Dragon Lord, and I knew Breckenary wasn't a far walk from Tantagel, and then from Breckenary to Charlock wasn't that bad, so the curse wasn't too bad of a downside.
And we are also joined by Zarnax42 in chat, who finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 23 seconds. GG Zarnax, well done.
Thank you very much. Woo-hoo. GG's, everyone. I'm excited to watch that one back. I actually don't have much time to hang out tonight, but well done, everybody. That was a good one.
Yeah, this was much more chaosy, I think, than some of the ones we've seen beforehand.
Yeah, when we got to like 40 minutes, no one was done. I was like,
We finally did it. It took all week. We made a Chaos Seed. Even had that Wraith. So good job, everybody.
Yeah.
We finally made it happen.
That Wraith. Oh, God, Seawolf, don't remind me about that Wraith.
So I'm guessing that I probably wasn't, even if I had finished my first attempt at Dragon Lord, I don't think I would have won, because Nimidva finished very shortly after I died.
Yeah, I think you probably would have gotten second had you finished it off on that turn, but I think you would have needed to nail another hurt more, I think, on the Dragon Lord to have a chance.
I think I did around 160 or so. I'm not sure how much health he had total.
85, 185.
What, 185? Okay.
Yeah, so he was tonight.
I got there. I went in there just to like. I felt behind because I was really stubborn with Grave and lost a lot of time trying to get to the bottom of that, and so I was like, I can go for it if he's got a spell and I can land a stop spell. I might have a chance to sneak out a win. If not, then I've got info, and as soon as I started round one and missed a stop spell and saw he wasn't casting spells, I was like, I don't have a chance at this fight at this attack level unless I land a hurt more, and I landed my first one. It was a really exciting fight, even though it fell short.
Yeah, landing that hurt more was the highlight right there.
But yeah, I'd love to hear about everybody's runs, but I actually have to go. But GG's everyone. Congrats on the win, and we'll see everyone in week 3.
GG's on next.
So I think So I think we should, at this point, kind of let our runners kind of offer their final thoughts on this seed so we can head on up out of here to go let everybody watch the final race of the week. But so, Seawolf, Janice, Nim, what do you know, any final thoughts on this seed? Looking forward to next week's seed? Just what are you thinking at this point?
I'm just glad it's over because when we first started the seed and I had so many deaths, I actually almost quit.
No, it was a chaos seed. I ran across enemies that would kill you. Even end game with repel, the same enemies, the drakes, the red dragons, they kept showing up, which means they had an extreme attack power. And yeah, they're just around. They were kind of fragile, but they definitely hurt you. Never actually kill that Maggie Drake. It always ran away, so I'm not sure how much HP that thing had. But no, we full cleared the world. We did every test, every possible spot, and I tried to skip Hawk's Nest. I was like, it's somewhere in the world, I can't find it. And there's 2 chests in the grave I haven't gone to yet. So I did everything but Hawk's Nest, and I had to find it. So did the full tour.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this one back because of my my silly dives early.
Yeah, I took one dive in the grave. I'm like, let's see how far I get. Red Dragon isn't like 70 damage. I'm like, nope, never mind. We're going outside.
All right. So, Hangry, do you have any parting comments before we head on up out of here?
No, just GG to all the runners. Well run race. It was close. And you guys had some hardships at the beginning, but you plowed through and turned out to be a good race. So good luck to all you next week. And yeah, that's about all I have to say.
All right. So, before we get on up out of here, I do want to encourage everybody to go follow our racers tonight. The Sea Wolf 1, Zarnax 42, Janiceal, and Niminva. I want to thank our behind the scenes crew, our restreamer, Ivy Karma, our trackers, Cami and Redikai, and CyberDark86. So, what's next on the schedule here? Well, in about 3 minutes over on RPG Limit Break, we have our final race of the week. We have Mr. Holmes, Jay Coper, Apex Corvid, and Kegalos. So we're going to head on over to RPG Limit Break and listen to the dulcet tones of Furon Burgundy and Valevi call that race over an RPG Limit Break. So for my co-commentator, the Hangry Canuck, I am Z-Man 050778. Everybody, I'll see you over an RPG Limit Break.